Hello, author and internet entrepreneur Zachary Fenell here with you again. You know something unique about my cerebral palsy memoir, Off Balanced, is I focus on the emotional impact of cerebral palsy, CP for short, during an emotional period in everyone's life, the teen years. Addressing this emotional side is important because it does have an effect on treatment's success. While treatments for cerebral palsy do vary, there seems to be a few commonalities. One such is physical therapy, abbreviated PT. Attitude towards physical therapy is huge. I have had conversations recently with others in the CP community where physical therapy has been referred to as torture. I get that. I really do. And that's why I feel like this dialogue is so important. First, I guess I should take a step back and explain how physical therapy is torture. There is physical pain involved, hamstrings stretched to their limits and whatnot. Yet the physical pain isn't necessarily the torturous part. Rather, the torture takes our discussion back to emotions. Personally, I would not call my physical therapy experiences torturous. Now, I was less than thrilled about needing physical therapy. As soon as I learned to walk, 3 years old, my parents sent me to preschool so I could receive PT. I ended up staying in preschool for 3 years, not because I'm stupid, but so I could get PT services. In elementary school, I received physical therapy once a week in school, and then I had a private therapist come to my house once a week. By junior high, my school therapy transitioned to the occasional meeting each trimester to ensure I could navigate the halls in case of an emergency. Meanwhile, I continued receiving my private physical therapy at least once a week. When I entered college, I transitioned to monthly checkups. Eventually, though, I became so busy with college, the PT stopped altogether. At least formally. I still do exercise on my own. Again, I personally never considered my PT torturous, but I also wasn't enthusiastic about it. My lack of enthusiasm extended back to my embarrassment over being different. I remember spending a lot of my private therapy sessions wishing I was in the other room watching TV with my 2 brothers. Then there were the awkward times a friend would invite me over, but I couldn't go because I had PT. Admittedly, it was awkward partly because I made it awkward. Rather than saying, I have therapy, I just said, I can't. I didn't want to say why because I wanted to be quote-unquote normal. Normal kids don't have therapy, and so revealing I had PT would be counterproductive to my desire to blend in. Perhaps there could have been a way to neutralize the stigma I felt about PT. This actually connects to my big idea to revolutionize inclusion. To avoid going off topic, I won't go into those details here. If you want the details, please check out this video's description for a link. Instead, I plan to use our remaining time together to address another aspect of PT that impacts attitude. The therapist. I've heard horror stories about therapists that leave the storytellers to view physical therapy as torture. A tale comes to my mind about a therapist who seemed more interested in her own reputation than her client's needs. That's a shame. Now, in fairness, I only have half the story. It would be interesting to hear what the therapist would say. However, I still felt this was worth mentioning. To any therapists possibly watching this, let this be a moment for reflection. Account for your current attitude and make sure you have the right priorities in mind. With that said, time for all of you to to sound off. Go ahead and leave a comment telling me about your PT experiences, past or present. For my peers with CP, is your attitude towards physical therapy? For therapists, is there any tactics you have used to stir up enthusiasm from your clients? Again, share by commenting. And if you've enjoyed this video, let everyone know and go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Maybe you will enjoy my cerebral palsy memoir too. You'll find Off Balance available on the Kindle and Nook. Finally, for one more plug, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. All you have to do is click here. Please? Pretty please? Alright, later.